Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in the building. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we got the WrestleMania Countdown show on right now. And it also means that WrestleMania weekend has officially begun, because we just had NXT Stand and Deliver. And I ain't gonna lie to you, pretty damn good show. It was a pretty good show. Good way to start off this WrestleMania weekend. So we about to talk about it in length about it. I didn't write a lot of notes about it, I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was enjoying it. That's how good this show was. Like, damn. I couldn't write nothing. I'm like, damn, this is a good show. But we're gonna talk about what we can talk about. So let's hop into this thing. Before we get into the main show, it was 12:35. I turned on the Stand and Deliver pre-show, so that way, you know, when 1 o'clock came on, boom, I already got it set up. About 12:40, the Fatal 4-Way women's tag match to determine the next number one contenders for the women's tag titles was on a pre-show. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Which meant Roxanne Perez, the woman that has carried that NXT women's division for almost 2 years? She was on the pre-show of NXT's biggest show. How do you do that? How? Why? Why was that a thing? That made no sense to me. I was tight. On top of that, man, so we have Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. You have Fatal Influence, JC Jane and Fallon Henley. We have Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. And we have my girls, the Meta Girls, Jakar Jackson and Last Legend. First and foremost, the Meta Girls got eliminated. It was an elimination match, by the way. I didn't even know that. But the Meta Girls got eliminated first. I was already tight. I was like, oh, okay. They just gonna keep losing, right? Just gonna keep losing. Then Roxanne and Cora got eliminated. Then it was down to Fatal Influence and Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. And Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley got the job done. They're gonna challenge the women's tag team champions, whoever that may be, after tomorrow, for the for the women's tag team titles on NXT coming up Tuesday. I wasn't really into this match, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was kind of in and out. I was just like, just take me to the main show. And luckily, that led us into the main show. So now we could properly talk about Stand and Deliver the way that we should. And we start off with the NXT North American title on the line, as All Ego Ethan Page takes on Absolute Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints' first PLE, Ricky Saints' first Stand and Deliver, Ricky Saints' first title defense is against a man who's also making his first Stand and Deliver, but making, I don't know how many title matches he's had or challenged for, but yeah, here we are. Match, solid way to start the night off. It was a very good match. Tony fumbled. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But Ricky took a lot of bumps in this match. Excuse me, I say that. The first one was this power slam onto the apron. Like, the side of his back hit the apron. That looked crazy. Then Ricky was going for like a springboard cross body to Ethan Page. Ethan got out the way, and Ricky's knee hit the announce table. But it, like, real time, it looked quick and it looked painful. So I was like, damn. Okay. Then other things, but you know, Ethan had control here and there, but overall Ricky was able to Bounce back. Ethan Page looked for the twisted grin, or which is a variation of the twist of fate. Ricky got out of it, ran up, hit him with a spear. It was supposed to be a spear, but it looked like a spear. But he hit him with something. Just enough to hit that man with the Rochambeau. 1, 2, 3. And Ricky Saint's first title defense, he wins and retains the NXT Championship. Again, very good way to start the night off. With this match happening, I'm like, okay, I'm expecting greatness. This might be a great show. We got more in store. Let's get into it. When I say great, man, what we saw next, I didn't expect. But we had Hank Walker and Tank Ledger, Hank and Tank, as they faced the NXT Tag Team Champions, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. So Hank and Tank won a gauntlet tag team gauntlet match to get their shot at Stand and Deliver. And here we are. I said, in my mind, it's going to be their best performance. Hank and Tank is going to show out. They're going to show why they deserve to get to even challenge for the tag titles. Now, in my mind, I said, they ain't going to win. I said that. I was like, man, they ain't going to win. Why would they? Boy, was I wrong. Because first off, I don't know what show it was, but I remember Fraxium had a match against the no quarter catch crew. It's for the tag titles, and I thought in my mind that was one of the best tag team matches I've seen in a long time. I said that, like, whoa, that match was great. This match right here, either a hard second or a debatable. Like, you could debate this. This was a great match. Hank and Tank really showed, man, these boys can go. And I knew we were setting up for them to get a shot at the tag titles. But nobody could have told me what was about to happen. So, actually, before I even get there. So, I thought Hank was kind of out the match, whatever the case is, when he hit this, like, the suicide dive that he landed so perfectly on the announce table. Like, so perfectly. It was just so perfect on the announce table. My man was just sleeping, apparently. And the announcer's just looking at him and whatnot. But, yeah, he was out. I thought he'd be out from that point to like the end of the match, or we just wouldn't see him again. Instead, he rose from the ashes, rose from the table, and able to break up a cover. So from there, Hank and Tank were rolling to the point where I don't know what they call the move where they just, collide into a person in the middle. I call it a sandwich. And I'm going to keep it that way until I get an answer of what that move is. Then the power slam, shoulder tackle combo got the cover. We got new NXT Tag Team Champions, Hank and Tank. Didn't think they win it. I had no faith. I did. I had faith it would be a good match. I just had faith that they were going to win it. But here we are. We got new tag team champions. Okay. Fraxium and Hank and Tank embrace after. Does this mean we're gonna get a new set of guys on the main roster? Because it makes sense. Because Fraxium has faced every tag team in NXT and they've beaten them, except Hank and Tank. But regardless, they've done everything they could with those tag titles. It's time to move on. Let's move on. So yeah, congrats to Hank and Tank. Good stuff. Ladder match for the Women's North American Championship. As we had Lola Vice, Izzy Dane, Thea Hale, Kalani Jordan, Zarya, and Soruka. I had 3 people that I thought could win this match. Thea Hale, based on what's been going on with her. since last year. Zarya and Sol Ruka. Those are my three. Happy to say that one of those three actually got the win. But, as I said, I didn't really take much notes here, so I was just kind of just enjoying the show. But, man, these girls were all over the place, man. They were here, then they were there. They put on a show. I give them that. They put on a damn good show. It was a great match. So I'll go to the end where we got Zarya and Sol Ruka, nose to nose, eye to eye. They looking at each other, and Sol Ruka just nod her head. She's like, "All right, whenever you ready." Then Sol Ruka, bam, and then bam, they just throwing fists, then a headbutt, and then I think Izzy Day trying to no, I lie. Before that, Sol took Zarya down. I forgot how she did it, but she did it with the athletically, and then she used her core strength to get back onto the ring, on the ladder. Then Izzy Dane comes and tries to interfere. Sol Ruka jumps out, soul snatcher, still one of the best finishes in the game. Then hits another soul snatcher, this time a double soul snatcher. Bam, right there. Climbs the ladder. And we got a new women's North American champion in Sol Ruka. So when the Women's North American Championship was actually introduced last year at Battleground in Vegas, ironically, she kind of was one of the front runners to win it. And I think it was between her and Kalani, and then, Kalani got it. So now this time around, Sol Ruka is champion, which I'm cool on, But I was but they show Zarya's face, and I'm looking at Zarya, I'm like, ooh, that girl don't look happy. So I can only imagine what's going to happen with these two as a tag team. And they're not really going for tag titles, so I don't know what this tandem really doing. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see the aftermath of this on Tuesday. We'll see what happens, if something happens. But shout out to the new NXT Women's North American Champion, Sol Ruka. As we advance next to the, I guess, not controversial, but probably one most talked about match of the night, is the 6-man tag between the D'Angelo family and Dark State. So, kind of didn't really know what to expect in this match. I thought the D'Angelo family would get the W. No, I'm sorry. I thought Dark State was going to get the W. Because, something was going to happen, and something actually did happen. So I'm going to go away to the point where Tony D'Angelo was standing on the apron. He was waiting for the tag from Cusafino. Tony D'Angelo kept looking at, I don't know these guys' names on Dark State. I just know Dion Lennox. That's the only person I know off the top of the head. But he kept looking at the dude that was on the outside. He just kept looking. And before the dude made a move, Tony D'Angelo got off the apron and just started giving him shots. So then Cusafino tagged in Stacks, who got onto the apron quick. And boom, tagged in. And Tony noticed, and then Tony's looking like, the hell are you doing? What the hell's going on here? So then, Stacks is getting in the match. Tony's demeanor is just like, he's not here anymore. He's like, the hell is Tony, the hell Stacks do that for? You know what I'm saying? I have a plan. So then Rizzo was like, Tony, come on, Tony. So then Stacks tags in Tony. Boom. He gets in. So then Stacks is looking at Tony. He's like, I got an idea. They get to he gets to the steel steps. He pulls out 2 crowbars. He's like, yo, let's whack these dudes, right? Tony's just like, no, I'm not doing this. This is not how we going to do this. Follow my lead. Follow my plan. Then Dark State takes advantage. Stacks and Tony take them out. Then the black dude, don't know his name. I think his name's Saquon. Saquon something, right? So Saquon grabs Tony, and Stacks is about to hit Saquon, but boom, he got Tony as a shield. So then stops, hesitates, and then boom, hits Saquon in the face. So then Tony and Stacks is looking at each other. You know, they embrace. Boom, they hug it out. Then Tony turns his back. Stacks looks at the crowbar. It looks like he's about to hit him. But then the ref's like, yo, give me the crowbar. So then Stacks is like, all right, there you go. Gives him the crowbar. But then Tony's talking mess. Still got his back turned. Didn't realize, bam, low blow. And from right then and there, Stacks turns his back on Tony, supposedly. He turns his back on the family. He turns his back on Tony. He's on the entrance ramp. He's just looking. Dark State takes out Tony. 1, 2, 3. They get their second win as a team. Dark State wins. Later on in the show, the cameras catch up to Stacks. Stacks finally gets in the car. He's about to drive off. Crucifino gets to the car. He's like, yo, Stacks, what are you doing? What the hell were you doing out there? Stacks is like, stay close to your phone. I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you where I'm at. I'll explain everything on Tuesday. So we'll hear everything what you guys say on Tuesday. It sounds like he was just more sick of Tony pretty much than anything. So that makes sense. It is what it is. It looked like we were gonna head to something. It was like either Tony was gonna do something or Stacks was gonna do something. Stacks did something. So we'll hear what you guys say on Tuesday, and yeah. So Dark State gets the win in the 6-man tag. As we advance to the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Women's Championship, as Jada Parker, Jordynne Grace, and Julia challenge Stephanie Vergere. I know it's Vergere. It's Vergere. I've been saying her name wrong for all this time. It's Vergere. But I said Vergere as an accent. How was this match? Solid, good, all-around action. It's a multi-person match, so obviously I wasn't really going to say, I really couldn't say much about it. But, either way, solid match all around. All the ladies did their thing today. Shouts out to them. Hopefully the women of the main roster for WrestleMania tonight could do something. I think we only have 2 women's matches. Yes, we have 2 women's matches. So hopefully both of them could do what they got to do, and whatever the case is. But either way, this Fatal 4-Way went without a hitch and did its thing. Stephanie retained her women's title, pinning Jada Parker, hitting the SVB. Yeah. So I really got to say about that. And before the show ended, Stephanie was taking pictures, and here comes Roxanne Perez just interfering, talking about, I love how you're holding my title. Like, this is my championship, this is my division. So just give me the championship and I'll go on my way. Then Roxanne just started talking Spanish. Forget Roxanne is Spanish. You forget Roxanne Perez. Like she speaks Spanish in a way. Then Stephanie went like, I want her. So we're gonna get possibly Stephanie versus Roxanne this Tuesday for the title. Try to be cool with that. Sounds like a hell of a match. I'm definitely with it. Yeah, so I got Stephanie. Well, I got Stephanie. Stephanie retains the NXT Women's Championship. As we lead to the main event for the NXT title, triple threat style, as Trick Willie and that boy is Bouncy challenge the ruler. Trick Williams and Javon Evans challenge Oba Femi for the NXT title. If there's one thing WWE has an ability to do, is make magic in a triple threat match. Which gives me a lot of hope for tonight and Sunday. Because we got 2 triple threat matches for the WrestleMania cards. The main event tonight, hopefully should be a banger. Hopefully it's something, well, I mean, it ain't going to be on nothing like this because there's nobody in that ring that could fly like Javon Evans. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody. Io Sky could possibly give Javon a run for his money. I don't know. But, you know, again, I just hope they do that thing tonight because this triple threat, amazing. And about Javon Evans, boy, this dude's only 20 years old, bro. Oh, my God. I know they stressed it so many times, from the build to the match. I know they stressed it so many times, but it's kind of crazy to think about it because, man, Javon Evans is only 20 years old. And this boy got so many years ahead. I say the same thing about Obafemi. Obafemi's 23, 24. Still got a lot of time to do what he got to do. Javon is only 3 to 4 years younger than him. But imagine that, though. Like, come on. He got way more time. Got 20 plus years ahead of him, possibly. So I can't wait to see what Javon Evans does. But this was his second main event. Not second, I'm sorry. I believe his third, because he he main evented with Randy Orton at the second NXT show on the CW in St. Louis. He was in the Fatal 4-Way at Heatwave for the NXT title, and here tonight. Actually, no, he got a couple main events ahead of him. I can't really name all of them, but I know he's got a couple. But this was his second NXT title shot. Definitely did his thing. Trick Williams did his thing. Obafemi just looked as dominant as he always does. This was a great match. I can't really speak much else about it. So, Javon hits the double cutter, the cutter that we've been waiting for. He hit the double cutter on both Trick and Oba, and then he hit the double cutter on both Trick and Oba. Then hits a springboard twisted splash on the Oba. Look to get the cover. Trick Williams come back with the Trick shot. Then Oba catches Trick Williams. Fall from grace. Boom. Trick Williams lands on Javon Evans. Then picks up Javon, hits the sit-down powerbomb. 1, 2, 3, Obafemi retains. And that's how we end NXT Stand and Deliver. Again, hell of a show. Hell of a way to start WrestleMania weekend. I'm all for it, man. I'm here. And that was the NXT Stand and Deliver review. Probably the best review I can do. Because, in fact, again, I didn't write anything. So I went off strictly what I remembered. So it's not going to be the same like tonight. Tonight I really will write notes because I'm doing separately for tonight. Much rather do separately for here. So, yeah, it is 4:40, so we got about 2 hours till WrestleMania. Night 1 begins, so I'm going to try to take a nap. I need some energy. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to find something to eat, and then WrestleMania Night 1 begins, and then, you already know what it is, man. All right, so until then, it's been Rose, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love support. As always, see you on the night. Until next time, peace, love, 100. You heard?